Okay, here we go. Last video got cut off a little bit short, Kids Man, but I went ahead and just kind of adhered the title. So we've got 4th July. I'm gonna do a little of or something, probably just in pen. I don't wanna do more sticker letters, so I'm gonna just kind of stick with what I have. I've gone through and pre-cut and pre-inked almost everything so that you're just seeing the actual build. For a reminder, this is a 4th of July paper pad and embellishment packs. They're Parklane, and I got these on crazy good deal, 70% off those prices at my local Joann fabric store a couple weeks ago. So here was the papers. I still have a ton of paper, even after having laid out everything I'm going to do. I used my Mark V die cutting system to cut these shapes as well as the chipboard. And then I just did 5 pages and then I've alternated so that the little tabs on either side each time. Keeping it pretty simple because it's a little ring album, but definitely I think I've got quite a bit of storage space for photos and different places to put things. So front cover here, I'm kind of going with the tag idea. I've utilized tags on multiple pages and I'll show you that as we go along. So this will flip up. So when we build this page, we have to think about it that way. So there is an orientation thing to sort of think about here. So instead of flipping it over, I will actually flip it up because that one will be upward. I'm going to use our American flag paper. I went ahead and did a fold out here and I went ahead and pre-inked that. Then I have these cute little slim, slim banner die cuts. I believe this was Scrappy Boy. I think that's their name. Let's see, I have a paper pack from them. Oops, where is the little title? Scrappy Boy stamps. So this is actually the brand that those die cuts came from. I'm almost positive, unless I'm wrong, of course. So actually, no, I think it wasn't them. Well, this is cute stuff anyway. Okay, so we did a couple die cuts with these little slims. I just did kind of a double. So I did it in the red. That's kind of a star pattern. It's hard to tell. And then I'm gonna overlap with the black. I do have a bunch of embellishments that I'll do as well. And then this other page here, I used my old standby die. That's a nice big banner. I'm gonna do a pocket page and a couple tags. I think I'm gonna hole punch these and add some ribbon. Do I wanna add ribbon? I'll probably do a low ribbon just because there are holes in this paper and I don't want it to go too high, but I can also bring that down a little. So those are the 2 pages we're going to assemble right now. So we'll start with this one. I didn't actually cut this down. I wanted to do a few things with you to show you some measurements. If we look at our chipboard page here, this is 5.5 by, and actually I'm gonna go this way. Don't wanna cover those holes, so then I've got 7. So I think I'll do 5 1/4 by 7. Give myself a little bit of space. This is my Stampin' Up trimmer. I love this trimmer. It's lightweight, it's portable, and it's pretty darn accurate. It also has a score attachment, so you can cut and score, which I kind of love. All right, so we've got that there. So that'll go like so. Just gonna use my standard adhesive from my mini albums. I think this is a Pampered Chef tool. So doing the little fold out will give this page a little bit of movement and also a little bit of an opportunity for some extra photos. So that was kind of the thought process there. When I'm thinking about this, I did have to think about the fact that this is going to be up. So which way would something fold in or out? Do I want it to, I wouldn't do like a pocket, you know, I don't want things to fall out. So you really do have to kind of consider that. Lay that like so. And then I've got my little fold out here. So that'll give me room for at least 2 photos on the inside. Depending on what kind of embellishments I do on the front, you could certainly do more. I need my little tape runner, which seems to be missing at the moment. Okay, we'll do tape. I thought I was so prepared. This is like an Amazon tape, and I love it. It does rip super easy. It's literally a no brand. I have no idea, but it rips really, really nicely. So we'll layer. I'm just going to do a small strip on this one. And I think I'll just kind of do, all right, do I like an overlap completely or kind of an offside? I plan to do offside, but then when I kind of see it like this, I think I might like that better. Depending on what I do here, it still gives some room for, like, I could do a picture here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and layer it. Again, the plan originally was to offset them, and then the plan changed. Okay, so we'll adhere a little booklet. I did this in a lighter paperweight because it is scored and I was worried, I don't want the cracks. And because I might add pictures to this, I do want to do a little bit of extra tape on the back to give it some hold. So even though it's a light piece of paper now, it could have multiple photos on it. So I'm kind of planning ahead. All right. And then again, this is inked, so it just kind of stands out a little bit. And I might do some embellishments in here. That's a possibility. You could photo mat in here if you wanted to with like a red. And I'll think about that. Ooh, that piece actually fits perfectly. Is it meant to be? It was just a scrap. I think it was meant to be. We're gonna go ahead and do that. I try to keep scraps on hand, especially the colored cardstock I'm using and or the little scraps from the pages when I trim. And I'll show you what I did with some of those on another page. I was utilizing scraps pretty well this time along. All right, because that just fits so nicely. Nice pop of color. Boom. All right, so that'll be the flip up. We're gonna set that aside and we're gonna bring this one over. So this is my pocket page with my tags. We decided that was 5 1/4 by 7 was our trim. Open. So we'll do that same size. And 1/4. This would be a fun little thank you for someone who hosted a 4th of July party for you. I'm actually going to a 4th of July party. I have considered bringing this as like a little hostess gift. My hostess is my sister-in-law. She is not a scrapbooker at all or in this realm of crafting, but does like to take pictures. So this might possibly be going with me in just a few days. And at the price point, can't beat it. It's a good reminder for me to go to my local Joann's. I also, for those of you looking for deals and you're in the US, my local Michael's craft store maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't go to Michael's very often, but I was in there. I was looking for 4th of July ribbon actually, and they had right by their front door, they had a display rack with 12 by 12 paper pads. I forget the brand off the top of my head, but they were called like the item of the week or something like that. And each pad of 12 by 12 paper with the little gold foil detailing was on sale for $4.99. They had, I want to say, at least 6 or 7 different styles. I picked up a travel and I picked up one that was sort of celestial is the best word I could use. It had sort of moons and stars, but it was in these pretty pinks and maybe golds. Was it teal? I don't know. But for $4.99, I felt like I could do something with it. So this is a pocket that I made with the red. I did score it and then I did miter. This pocket will be a little bit more open because of the thickness of the paper as well as using the score. If you want a thinner pocket, I would suggest just putting tape directly on the piece of paper and not doing the scores. But for this, I'm okay with a tighter pocket. And how nice that my paper has lines on it to kind of help me out. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I probably could have even gone one more down. And the reason for that is because I do want my tags to tuck in there. I was actually debating if I liked them tucked up. Thinking like, ooh, do they resemble little fireworks? But I think it makes more sense to do them kind of the normal way. Now, I could definitely add something here. I could add some little strips along the tags as well, and I might do that, but I think I'm gonna add a little strip here, just a little bit of more color. Again, I'm just grabbing my scraps. So this was not planned, so it's not inked, but it's kind of embellishing as we go to some degree. It's not gonna be quite that long. I am using Night of Navy Blue on this from Stampin' Up. So through that white one right there. And I just eyeballed this. I'm not measuring because it's just not that serious. All right, let's see. Cute, I can do that, okay. I definitely think I'll decorate those tags up a little bit. I'll need to find my hole punch. Maybe I'll do a third final video on this one as the embellishment. So maybe I won't get totally crazy adding all my little details. All right, so that's what those two pages are gonna look like. I'll kind of send them this way. So you'll have the two little tags, journaling. You could certainly add more photos into there. Let's see if I have a photo. Here's my boy. So a photo could easily fit in there. Might have to trim the photo down just a hair if you were gonna put a photo in because of where the holes are. So, but just a smidge. Okay, so cover, flap, flap, tuck those in. This one, we're gonna flip up because again, it's the back side. Ooh, it's not gonna be a problem, we'll see. I thought about the pockets on one side, maybe didn't consider the pockets on the other side. We'll see how it goes. Okay, these two here, this page is going to be all strips. I was looking at all the different paper and I really just wanted to do that. And then this one, I'm gonna do just kind of a photo mount. So I'm gonna keep it kind of simple. So I'm gonna tuck that aside for now. And I'm gonna think about how I want these strips. These strips are, the strips are 1¼ inch. And I figured 5 worked nicely. And I'll leave a little white space between each. Okay, do we like that? I think so. I think I like that. I think it's kind of a nice breakup, and I like that this is kind of more of a solid, kind of right in the middle. So I think I'm gonna stick with this. So we'll adhere each, and then they can put pictures right over it as kind of the backdrop. So I think that would be really cute. Let's just get all of the adhesive done. But something about it, I don't know, when I was looking at all of the scraps as I was cutting, it just caught my attention that doing this in strips would be really cute. So that was my plan. I wish I had my tape runner. I think it's in the other room. I had some scrappy friends over the other day, and so a bunch of stuff is in my larger sort of a front room. I just put in a bunch of tables. And my friends come over and we craft. But now I have to put my house back together. Okay, and you'll notice that each chipboard piece is covered in white. I did use a heavy duty paper for that just to make it a little bit more solid, and I did pre-ink all of the edges. I think I'm going to start at the bottom just because of these holes. I don't want to run short of space. So okay, I'm going to go close but not too close. Lovely. A little bit of space, nice. I looked at that paper multiple times trying to decide because the flags kind of went every which way. I'm like, oh, it would be bad if I had the flags like upside down or something. So I really had to kind of think it through on that one. It's about the same. Oops, it feels like a little crooked. There we go. And if you are super, super detail oriented, you could probably measure and make sure that all of your spacing was super even and all that. I am just not that concerned. And last but not least. Okay, so just simple, but really showcasing a lot of really cute paper. And I think you could definitely do some photo mounts on here if you wanted, and or again, just kind of leave it. So I'm trying to like fold up a scrap real quick. Yeah, you could do little photo mounts. So I'm gonna leave it for now, and I'm gonna tuck that over to the side. The other page here, again, was gonna be simple. So this one apparently I'd already cut, and then I just had a nice little photo mount to go with it. So it's really simple. And I don't have a problem with a simple page occasionally, especially again on a book like this. It's not going to be as crazy interactive as other books. It's not really built that way, but little fold outs and whatnot, I think are always a fun way to add more picture spots. I love this little heart flag paper. I think it's so cute. This pad really had a lot of cute papers to it, and I mean, as inexpensive as it was, I can easily get a whole nother project out of this when I am done here. All right. This, by the way, paper has kind of a grain on one side and then it's smooth on the other. I'm actually adhering on the grain side. I don't tend to like the grained look on the paper, so I'm doing it on the adhesive on the grain side. This is probably overkill on adhesive. That's kind of my standard. Okay, now I could tuck it over because I definitely have some embellishments. So I think I'm going to tuck it over a little bit, giving myself some room. So if I want to do something sort of off the page a little bit. Okay, all right. So that is my second set of pages. We'll go that way. Cute, cute. This mirrors, so at least the coloring kind of works. But it's all that red, white, and blue, and it's a little bit on the muted side for the red, white, and blue. So same thing, we're gonna flip that one up. And we're gonna bring this over. Okay, on this page, I decided to do another little booklet, but this time I went with an up-down booklet. Since that'll be here, I'm doing more of the little strips. Again, these were just little bits that I had, so they were nothing, you know, I had to cut or anything. It was just like little bits. I just made sure they were even. And then I have another little page here where I'm doing another little pocket with 2 more little banners. So that's what that page is looking like. So not super cohesive other than we've got the matching paper, the blue, all of those kinds of things. But again, it's 4th of July. It's all still works. So let's tuck that one aside. That's this size one. This was 1 size smaller, maybe 2 sizes smaller. 1 size smaller than the last one. So those again kind of nest. All right, cute little book here, paper. This paper, it's kind of hard to tell, but this white almost has a bit of a silver reflection to it. Again, this is going to be a base and I'm putting a book on it, so I'm going to go at least 3 pieces of adhesive. Who has something creative to do with all of this? All right, cool red, white, and blue base paper. Centered. Again, my little booklet. So we've got all these little strips, and again, we can kind of look and see. I think my thought process was a solid in between. I could do that red as the primary. No, I don't like that red right next to the red. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I like that the best. Tuck you out of the way. Seam, there we go. You'll notice I did ink the heart flag paper. It's really the only one that I felt needed it. Everything else sort of had a solid edge to it or it wouldn't have been noticeable. Like maybe on the banner one over here I could have, but seemed a little bit excessive. Oops, I just skipped the red. Okay, now this is tight, so I'm definitely going to kind of pay attention to my edging in terms of putting the pieces on. I think we'll be fine. Just kind of a hair off every which way. Come on, work with me. Eyeball the line up. Okay. I think I'm going to work my way to the middle here, which that could be dangerous, but we're going to do it anyway. No, I'm not going to, because you know what? I don't want to mess up my alignment. I have no idea what's on the bottom of that. Huh, weird. Doesn't matter, it's on the back. Got a little bit more space than I thought, so I'm going to kind of just go a little wider over here. Cover it up with some embellishments. No one will really notice it's a little bit wider. A little bit here. There we go. And then finally, ooh, maybe I need a 6th one. Wow, is that wider than I thought? All right, folks, look, we're gonna tighten that up actually. Maybe I'll put ribbon. I'm a little afraid of ripping that up. Do a little dab of glue. So I started to pull that up. Okay, I've got 12,000 ribbons. Maybe I'll do a fun ribbon. Blue. Not sure how I feel about that little space over there. Ooh, we've got the stars and stripes. I went shopping. I think I'm gonna leave this for the embellishment portion, but I think just to kind of remind myself, do I like that? Maybe if I did it on there and then over there. I might do that. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside for now. I'm gonna give that some thought. But let's go ahead and adhere our little booklet because the booklet is in fact staying. And again, because I'm gonna add pictures to this, a little heavier on adhesive. It's easy to space it out when you're laying it down. It's tougher when you're taping it down. This is a flip up, so I want to make sure, double check, make sure the book opens the right way. That would be bad. I'm going to use the stars a little bit as my lineup. There we go. Open, furnish. But now you've got spots for picture, picture. Okay, we're going to set that aside, but I'm kind of just going to tuck that ribbon right on there to remind me. This page, again, we said was going to be a quick little pocket page. I think after this, we'll call it good. And the third video will be embellishments and the last couple pages. I don't love it when videos are too long. But video 3, we can do last couple pages, embellishments, ribbon, walkthrough. Hopefully get the whole thing posted before the 4th of July. So after this, there will be one more full 2 set of pages there, as well as the back cover. That's what's going to be left. All right, this one apparently I'd already cut. Apparently I cut some and not others. I don't know what my thought process was there. Another little pocket. And it's funny because I fully made it a point to put the pockets on these bottom pages, but my logic there was like, oh, so things didn't fall out. But then my logic seemed to have failed me when I was not thinking about the fact that the pages would all flip up. So we'll see. Somebody might have to pick up little tags. And I'll have to think that through better next time. Tips and tricks, people, tips and tricks. As a reminder, one way to do this is you can just pull a portion of the tape off, kind of fold it up, and then line it up. And this one, again, has those nice little stars that I'm going to use. And then once you kind of hold it down, you can just kind of pull. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a straighter line. And you can just unfold and pull the tape, assuming the tape wants to come off. This one does not. Okay. And my cute little flags to go on this one. Make the pocket just a little bit cuter. Also gonna tuck down a hole punch. I've got them, just gotta find it. So I can do those tags up. All right, that works. Okay, so little pocket page, more little tags. This one probably not big enough for a full photo, but you could probably definitely get some of those little Instax photos in here to stack them up. So that's going to be part 2 of our cute little patriotic book. Stay tuned for part 3, which will give us the last couple pages and the embellishments. Thanks so much for watching.